This is the introductory lesson to PowerPoint 2007. For a new slide, you'll just come here and ask for new, or new presentation I should say. And we're going to start with just a blank presentation, and we'll say create. And it assumes that your first slide is going to be a title slide, which is why you get the one that you get. Here you'd put your main title, and here of course you would put your subtitle. A few things about the view first. There are three main windows in this view, and this one, of course, the main one, being the slide pane, we call it. You know what they're called isn't all that important, I guess, but you just need to remember there are three different areas where you could look at your slides and even edit your slides. So your main work will be right in here, in your slide pane. Down here is a notes pane. Now, more on this later. However, when you make a presentation, you can print it off in such a way that you could read the notes that you've typed for yourself while others are seeing the main presentation. So when you print this, you would get the presentation that people see as well as your own personal notes that you'd be able to read from. So if you find this is going to be relevant and applicable in your case, for each slide you would type in your own notes and then you would just print one copy for yourself, and this is where you could add those notes. There's another place where you can do that as well, but that's more of a later topic. The third window is this window here, which is slides/outline pane, they call it. And here you could either see a little miniature of your entire presentation, allowing you to click from slide to slide very quickly, or you can see an outline, which is basically just the text, so you'd only see the text that you have on each slide. So those are the three major windows within this view. And of course you've got this menu up here. They've replaced the old toolbars with another ribbon type of toolbar, and your main one has of course all of the features you're going to need to get started. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen with PowerPoint users is they used to hit the new button when they wanted a new slide. One of the advantages of this version is that the new button isn't that easy to find. You have to actually come here and go new, and that's not what you do when you want a new slide. When you want a new slide, you come to this button. Now, rather than just click this button, they've added this little feature, which is great as well, is you just click the little down arrow and you can choose which type of slide you need. There are less options than there used to be because they've amalgamated almost all of the options in such a way that if you want a bulleted list or a table or a chart or a movie, this is the option you would choose. So when I ask for a new slide now, I can either just ignore this and start putting in a bulleted list, okay, or I could choose from this list and insert a different type of slide. So more on the, we're going to visit a lot of these as the lessons go on. Back to title slide, let's say. So this is where you would of course put your title. And these little boxes are a lot like text boxes in Microsoft Word. You can move them, you can size them, you can fill them, you can color the outline of them. So they're not fixed, and they're also not necessarily necessary. If you don't want a subtitle, you would just delete that text box and just stick with the main title if you wanted to. And if you wanted to insert something else on the slide, such as clip art or whatever, you'd be able to do that as well. So the placeholders, because they're like text boxes, they're also sizable. You can rotate them. So whatever you can do with a text box, you can do with these placeholders.